All new SportsCage. Oh, look, hard cut on the music right there. Chris Mazurek, Barney Shankaruk, the double C's, and now joining us in the studio. It's like, I love it. It's like having a band, right? You get a guy coming in here and there. Craig Reynolds. We teed it up on social media. Joining us on the all new SportsCage. So we have Jamarcus on, right? He knocked it out of the park. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I watched. I listened on podcast.
Yeah,
Nice, good way to pump up podcast numbers. We appreciate that.
He was awesome, natural, I would say. Hey?
Yeah, and what an interesting dude, interesting life, interesting story. And is he in the same grade or same high school as Soldier Boy? Like, I get that.
Same high school.
Same high school.
Then Soldier Boy put out the song, and in grade 10 was like, peace, peace out. I mean, never saw him again. Texted him though when he was in the Grey Cup. That was such a cool story. Yeah, so kind of big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I know, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, but you're interesting. You're from Foam Lake, Saskatchewan, right? Like
probably the same size high school as Jamarcus.
How many people would have been in your high school?
I think it's about 300. There's about 30 in my class.
Okay,
so it's 7 to 12 though. So
I'm supposed to ask you what you remember about grade 2 teacher Karen Laird.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Is that Colin Laird asking that question?
Yeah.
Mrs. Laird was awesome.
Yeah. Easy. Like
very easy.
Yeah. And then
it's grade 2. How hard is it?
And then your dad was in charge of kind of the golf course and the Fishing Lake golf course?
Yeah, so my dad's been like the board chair of the Foam Lake Golf and Country Club for like 30 some years, which I remind him is not like good governance, right? You're supposed to rotate chairs and you're not supposed to be in one position for like 30 years, right?
Anything where you can add the ampersand and then Country Club on it, you stay in power at that place as long, because you may meet somebody in Vegas. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I run the blog and Country Club. Someone would be like, well, holy, we should have dinner together. Let's have drinks.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Yeah, maybe he gets comps everywhere.
He might. Yeah,
there's
some secret Country Club group that he's part of.
A lot of people are mentioning, texting in and all that, looking forward to it tomorrow. I think at last check there was still around 4,000 seats available. Like we need people coming to this game tomorrow, not to state the obvious. Weather's nice, Saturday afternoon, excitement.
Yeah.
And you guys have done everything possible to make it affordable.
Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, we want them there. We want them loud. Most importantly, we want them loud. Like, I can't even describe to you the competitive advantage it is to have a loud crowd there, right? So like the guys talked about it all week and the lead up to it. Like it's why you want a home playoff,
because you can't game plan it. No. And when the crowd kicks in, nothing the refs can do. It's not illegal. It's not.
Yeah. And we're handing out noisemakers, so we're trying to stoke those flyers. But
I saw that the first 15,000 people through the gates at Mosaic get the Believe banner bangers.
Yeah. I didn't know what that was, but then they showed me what it was, and it's like you literally bang them together, but then you can hold it up. It's a sign, too. It's like got a Believe sign. It's kind of cool. So it's a sign.
I would love to meet the sales rep that comes around in a minivan to be like, hey, you want to buy about 15,000 banner bangers? To be like, what? Just a sec. Come in my office. Let's go.
I should have brought one by, but when you guys see it, you'll be like, yeah, that's a banner, and it's a banger. So it's a banner banger. Like, it makes complete sense when you see it. But when I was first told that, I'm like, what are we doing? So
I think it's the same sales guy that sells the rugs outside the van on the corner, the wolf print rug guy.
Well, if you're doing the rugs and flags, you can't just go. You have to diversify.
Yeah,
the van guy, and then there's also the guy selling golf balls and seafood out of a van on the side of the road. You can't get enough of those. Hey, isn't it just nice to be? It's this time of year, and we're talking about football. We're not talking about off-season stuff.
No.
Like we just had Farhan Lalji on, and the Dickinson thing, one thing, and 3 coaches. No, just like that's all the off-season. It's nice to be talking about football still.
So nice. Especially, after we had a tough couple years, we gotta recognize. I got a little PTSD, so I don't like to go back in time. But we had a couple tough years where we were in off season this week, right? We were planning for next year, and last year we were in a coaching search. So it's so nice. It's so refreshing. There's so much energy around the team right now. I feel it in the community, and you feel it across the province. Really, I feel it in the office for sure. Like that, our office was just buzzing. Whether it's the ticket office they were grinding this week. On the phones, working the phones. So many people coming in, getting tickets, having conversations. We had. Jamarcus was on working the phones for us. He was calling season ticket holders. He was making sure they're coming to the games on Saturday. So it's really nice. It's so nice to be back in the playoffs and have that excitement and that energy around it.
The excitement and obviously winning brings that too, but Coach Mace brought that from day one, right?
Yeah, you guys kind of hit a home run there when you get nominated for Coach of the Year in your first season that you're hired.
And so well deserved. Like he will sort of say it's an organizational, award, and but I can sort of talk about him, right? Like he has been as advertised, and he is so deserving of that award. Just the energy he's brought to the organization. I would say the energy he's brought to the province, right? And you just see it day in, day out, how he relates to players, and just how he's so genuine, and he's just an outstanding coach and an outstanding person too.
I love his interviews. It's an organizational thing.
So we want to know. We were at
appreciate you.
Interesting story. We were at Mosaic, and because we're a partner of the team, there was all the other corporate partners there, and I happened to wander into Mace's office. He's sitting there, and I said,
where was security at that time?
Just the West Side in you, or what? Just him wandering into offices.
So this happened once, and it hasn't happened since. So we take advantage of those opportunities.
Up
right?
In,
well, exactly. Well, it came down to it. Corey could have escorted me out of his office at any time he wanted, because I don't think that'd be a fair fight. It'd just be like, you need to go. So he goes, I introduced myself, and he goes, do you know a guy named Brian? And it's this guy, Brian, and we mutually work with, and it's this gentleman, and he goes, I got to know him, and he was Brian, he said, used to be a waiter at the Keg, and when he'd go to the Keg pre-game meal when he played in Calgary, and they became friends, and they're still friends, and they keep in touch on LinkedIn. So he's telling me this story, and I'm like, that's not normal. That's a unique story of a guy. When do you ever become friends with the waiter at the restaurant where 10, 12 years later, you're still friends, you're referring to him, real well, and after that, I'm like, wow, this is a really interesting dude.
Yeah.
And I knew right then he wasn't going to throw me out of his office.
No, he's not that type of guy. No, just an amazing person, amazing coach. We're lucky to have him. Obviously we're really excited for him to be the West nominee as Coach of the Year, and he's been everything we'd hoped for, and then some.
The coaching staff that he's brought too, right? Like obviously Mueller, a lot of hype. Edwin Harrison, like when I talked to Coach Mace on Monday, I'm like, what that guy's done this year. And we've had him on here a couple times. Seems like an absolute beauty as well. Fits that mold.
He does, yeah, and they're a very tight knit group, right? Yeah. A lot of them, there's a lot of connections there. They've either played together or coached together in the past, whether it be Calgary or Toronto, and yeah, that's such a big part of it, right? So when you're hiring a head coach, they're presenting to you who they expect to bring and who their staff's going to be, and that's a huge part of the evaluation, because obviously, you want to hire a good head coach, and I think we hired a great head coach, but the quality of the staff he brings is as important, right? It's a really important part of it, and he's just brought a group of outstanding coaches, outstanding people, and our players relate to them. They've done such a great job coaching. Like Edwin's just one example, but they've all sort of had those moments. But what Edwin's done, given the amount of change and turnover in our offensive line, has been really outstanding.
Well, I think turnover is an understatement. When you're on your 13th offensive lineman, that's a football miracle that you're still. And
like there's video games that you can play that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
But look at the sack numbers this year, because the past couple seasons we were in like the 60s and 70s, and this year never an issue, not brought up. There's maybe a bad game here, but it's just such a non-factor. So to take that many individuals, and some of them that weren't in training camp, joined the team, and then they are into the system or whatever. So. I mean, hats off. Some other things that are going on tomorrow, and I want to ask about this. Before you signed off on the band Icons, the Kiss Experience, did you demand any songs to be played? Because I either want to hear Heaven's on Fire or Lick It Up.
Heaven's on Fire? What B cut is that? I don't even know that song.
Well, that was when they weren't wearing makeup, but it's a banger,
is that
though.
A breakup song from like your past?
No.
Okay.
Colson, bring it up. Play Heaven's on Fire by Kiss.
No, we can't. We'll get kicked off.
No. So we play 10 seconds or less on the stream. YouTube won't kick us off. They're busy. They got an election to monitor in the States.
Where are they from, this band?
Icons?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I've never heard of them.
I think there's Saskatchewan based. I'm not sure
really?
if they're from here.
Yeah, they're a KISS tribute band. Yeah.
they're tribute
I heard
band.
they're awesome. That's why I thought maybe
that's why I'm wondering if you demanded before you signed off on the contract that you had a song or two on the set list that you said, hey, boys, if you want me to sign this, you're playing this song.
I did not actually. I'm actually not a huge Kiss guy.
I wasn't either.
But I'm excited to hear them. I really am.
Well, now that it's kind of older, now that kind of Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley are kind of more caricatures, and they've had the reality shows and stuff, because my sisters who are 9 and 10 years older, they were like the Kiss fan just because of the thing. Same with Queen and those bands. And I didn't discover that till like later. And then you realize, like you're...
What I like about Kiss is sort of the pomp, right? Like the costumes and just everything that comes
bit of
along.
cheese.
Yeah.
Right?
That's kind of cool. So, and Gene Simmons, he's in Saskatoon all the time, right? So,
Yeah,
I know. Well, because his wife went to Mount Royal High School.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, and the other thing, I had to explain to my mother-in-law yesterday, like Elon Musk's mom is from Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people don't know that. The fame and celebrity that goes along with Saskatchewan.
Good chance they're not playing Beth. That might be my favorite. Kiss
No,
nice
nobody
slow
wants to hear Beth
Yeah,
at
I
a
know.
football game. Could we close it down with a ballad, please?
You probably had inside info, but how excited were you finding out that Armstead and Ouellette are going to be suiting up?
I was pretty excited. I was pretty excited when I heard that was a possibility of getting them both on the roster, and it took a little bit of roster juggling, but Jeremy let me know they were going to try to do that sort of at the beginning of the week, and I was like, I like that
because before the Calgary game in Calgary, we were talking where Armstead was going to play. Nobody had an idea he was going to run for 200 yards.
Yeah, just an incredible game. Like literally to come to the team early on that week and to absorb the offense and go out there and put on that kind of performance. And then unfortunately, the next game he was having a good start to it.
I know, and then he got hurt. I said that earlier in the show that Rider Nation really didn't get a chance to see live what he was doing, because in that Calgary game he was trucking guys. Like you give him 2 or 3 steps, he's at full speed and he's running guys over.
Yeah, it was very impressive. So I'm really looking forward. There's so many things I'm looking forward to watching tomorrow, and obviously it's a nervous time of year. It's an exciting time of year, but I'm looking forward to watching how they deploy those guys.
Of course, we're getting some text messages here on the Capital Ford Lincoln text line. One was about your cup flipping. Pre-game party in Vancouver. You let the team down or something?
I did. Was he a member of the team that texted you there?
Steve?
Yeah, I think Steve was on the team.
Like you guys were playing Flip Cup?
We were. So the Lions do this watermelon bash event, and so we have to. So we put together a rider team. So tons of our fans go out there. Obviously, we have tons of fans in BC, but tons of our fans actually travel there. So it's the second year in a row we've done it. So you go around and you recruit a bunch of Rider fans, and then we take on a bunch of Lions fans, and there's a whole bunch of different competitions. And so we were all tied up, and it came down to Flip Cup, and my team just nailed it. So I was the last one, and my team just nailed it. Gets to me, and I cannot flip the cup.
Have you done it a lot before this?
Well, back when I was like in my 20s, for sure.
Yeah, like
for
a
sure.
red
But I was a
Solo
little rusty, right? I'm not playing Flip Cup on the weekend nowadays with two teenage kids. Yeah, I'm nervous. So I'm not gonna. There was cheating going on the Lions side. Let's just be honest. Dwayne Vanneau over there, he was cheating. They were cheating over there.
Don't call the command center, Craig. I don't think they're on our side.
They did not finish their beers. Anyways, but we had built. I felt so bad. I let the team down because they had built a nice lead. So we don't do it, and then over there, the Lions get it and they celebrate. And literally, the next thing I do, I flip it, and there it goes.
I learned the hard way at O'Shea's in Vegas. My cousin Derek and we went down there, so we played beer pong against these guys, and we lost. And they said, okay, now, we'll take it easy on you. We'll play Flip Cup for what's left. Okay, then if you got to drink the rest as fast as you can, and we lost that too. And God, it's just a wrong way to learn how to play a fun game when you're like and it was like Busch Light beer, and it was terrible.
And you guys were drinking beer, probably a nice Pilsner, and I can see the Vancouver, the cheaters, like they probably had soy milk.
Well, I don't know, but there was residue in their cups. Let's just say they didn't finish it.
They didn't finish their IPA.
Yeah,
good one here, Aaron from Yorkton. Shout out,
Yorkton, yeah. Know it well.
Say hi to Craig for me. He want to know if he thinks that merchandise sales are way up this year.
Way up, yeah. and we're wearing it. There's one primary reason. I think in general, I think there's a lot of good excitement. We've seen really good store traffic.
The Indigenous
logo was outstanding. We sold out of those rapidly. But the Obsidian jerseys, the Rider Nation alt uniform has been just incredible in terms of the response and the number of sales on the jerseys, and then the merch, right? Between the hats, the shirts. So it just, for a while there, we'd put something on the shelf and it would just be gone.
I know, because the hoodie he's wearing, I can't get one of those because they don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
No.
They didn't. They only had them for like 2 weeks, and I didn't get one because we went there. We were there in the store one day, and they had too small and too big, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's not back.
No. Wes Cates, I had one of my sideline hoodies on, and he was like sharp last week, and then he had the white Indigenous logo hoodie
I saw him, yeah.
Underneath a sport jacket. It looks sharp.
I could see that.
And
Yeah, he did. When I walked in, I was like, damn, Wes Cates, whatever.
Wes is a sharp dressed guy, though.
Yeah. Luke too.
Luke too. Yeah. Luke too.
Both those guys. Let's take a quick break. You're gonna hang around for a little break. Craig Reynolds joining us here on the all new Sports Cage for Nelson Holmes on this Friday. If you're watching that stream, you see the three of us. We're having a lot of fun. SportsCage.com, and as always, the home of the Riders. 620 CKRM. You've been itching to talk Halloween even last night. I don't want to go back here. About this.
Well, no, because you were talking about yesterday. Now, as kids of the 70s and 80s, and Craig Reynolds is here, you can jump in. There was always the person that would give you like bruised apples. There was always that weirdo. The popcorn ball lady. There was a lady that gave pennies. Mm-hmm. There was a person that used to give out like little religious psalms or like little religious things, and so that's not candy. Nobody really wanted that, but that was it.
But I was gonna Chikai. Foam Lake. What did you get as a kid in Foam Lake? Because Dave Thomas in Weyburn, a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
he had full size Duncan Hine deep delicious cake.
McCain,
really?
McCain
no,
cakes.
We were getting a lot of popcorn balls. As soon as you said popcorn balls, I'm like, that's it. That's what.
Yeah.
We'd come home and there'd just be popcorn ball after popcorn ball, homemade popcorn
chunks
balls.
of kubasa.
No, I wish. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh yeah.
Pierogies.
Well, it was funny taking the kids trick-or-treating last night because there were a lot of houses that were like, they were just setting the candy on the porch with a little sign, just take one, happy Halloween. They weren't even coming to the door. And now, today on social media, there's a lot of ring cam footage of people coming up and taking the whole bowl and dumping it in their bag. But anyways, so there's this has gone like viral. There's a couple in Calgary. For years they were giving out 2-liter bottles of pop to everybody coming by. But the economy is tough, so they couldn't afford it, so they said they're going to shut it down. This was on Instagram like a month ago. So then I think it was Pepsi, I think, that came through and loaded them up, and then they got Old Dutch as well. So roll the video here if you haven't seen this. If you're watching on the stream, their house is completely full. Look at the garage here, full of Old Dutch chips. Okay, wait till they go inside their house. It's completely full.
Are you kidding me?
And then watch when they go in the living room here. Here comes the pop.
It's Coke.
It's Coke, sorry. It's A&W root beer. Look at this. And then they do a slide. Like, they have a slide out their front door where they slide this 2-liter bottle of pop down and it shoots, and he's wearing a Travis Kelce jersey. We should get him a Rider jersey. I'd say we need to find this guy and send him a Rider jersey.
Look at this.
Kidding and then they slide it down that slide out their front door, and it shoots off this pipe. I wonder how many kids got injured getting a 2-liter bottle of pop to that. But I would take that punishment.
Be worth it.
Could you imagine that as a kid?
Yeah.
Do they have a lawyer as a sponsor, or is he a lawyer? Or
wow. What did you hand out last night?
Mixture, some Twizzlers, mostly those little chocolates and sour candies too. I think were in there. So it was just one of those ones you reach in and you get what you get, right? Yeah.
A rookie mistake. I was giving out way too many early, especially the little kids, right? So cute.
You have to.
And then the bucket about 8 o'clock, I started looking at the bucket and I'm like, I'm gonna run out. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, I got microwave popcorn. We got pop, cans of pop all over the house. I'm like, hey, those Modelo's, no, those can't go. But I'm just looking at different things. I'm like, I'm gonna have to scramble here.
I had the opposite problem because I wasn't being stingy, but I was giving a little bit, and then these teenagers came like late, about 9 o'clock.
No,
and I had so
that's
much.
too late.
And it was a little late, but I had so much. They just got handfuls.
At least the Thursday nighter was an absolute dud. So it made it worthwhile handing out.
Yeah, the only highlight of last night's game was Malachi Corley, who I'd never heard of, the world had never heard of until he dropped that touchdown on the half-yard line.
Well, and the Wilson catch though was pretty.
Well, that was luckily that came back because I'm like, Aaron Wilson, this is not early in the game. I'm like, this is not turning out well for you.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep you here for our feature on high school football. Play it close.
The all-new SportsCage is proud to present Friday Night Lights, our in-depth look at high school football across Saskatchewan. Friday Night Lights is brought to you by Regina Motor Products. Take advantage of their winter tire swap. Save up to $20. Book today.
Maybe we can go around the horn here and just kind of get some predictions. So it's tonight at Mosaic Stadium, 6 o'clock. Lebuldus and Campbell City final.
Campbell. Both my kids go to Campbell.
Oh, okay. I heard their quarterback's like super athletic.
Yeah.
And Lebuldus is young. Like Lebuldus is going to be a wagon for a few years here. Okay, let's go. Melfort Lumsden is like the 9-a-side game of the week. Both of these teams are good. Any prediction there?
Yeah. Mustangs, right? Melfort Mustangs? No, that's the hockey.
That's the hockey team.
That's hockey. Melfort.
You're going to take Melfort?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go Lumsden.
I'll go Lumsden just because it's on the way to Craven.
Delisle Tisdale.
Tisdale.
I got to go Delisle. Isn't that where the divided highway starts, is in Delisle?
No, I don't think they need to do that around Delisle. Hafford-Lemberg. Hafford's pretty good.
Yeah, Hafford.
I'll go Hafford because if you said Lemberg and we had to throw darts at a map, I'd be like,
I'm going Lemberg. Just the Mass family out in Lemberg. Love them. St. Brew and Hanley.
St. Brew. I know where St. Brew is.
Yeah.
Been to St. Brew a couple
Manufacturing, was that Bordeaux?
Yeah, because that's east of PA, right?
By Melfort.
No.
Well, that would be east of PA.
Yeah.
Kind of in the general area.
It's west of Melfort.
Okay.
Yeah. You going St. Brew?
Remember, I was telling you my brother has a cabin at Greenwater, which is by Melfort.
I'm going Hanley just because he used to hand out bread for every fill-up at the gas station there. My Baba and Guido lived in Waka. They're taking on Southie Cupar, Highway 22 Storm. Another big matchup there.
Southie.
I'll go Waka just for the crazy reference that you threw in.
Yeah. They used to have a nice Kubasa at the crossroads there as well. Clavette, Rosetown. Clavette's really good.
First radio job was in Rosetown at CJYM there. That was the smallest radio market in Canada, only 1,000 people.
I worked in Shaunavon. That was a satellite station.
That's a satellite. That was a satellite station, so that doesn't count.
What do you like, Clavette?
I can't pick Clavette. They were like our rivals in basketball back in the day. I've got a
Rosetown, home of Banner Barn, the hockey rink. Then we get into the 5A 12-a-side, PA Carleton, Regina Johnson. We're all going Johnson?
Yeah,
we're going Johnson.
Yeah, last time I was in Prince Albert, I have to say, it's not how I remember it.
PA Carleton's a massive school.
Yeah, it's a big school.
Well, there's only really two of them in the city, right? There's the Catholic school and there's Carleton.
Carleton's big.
Mike Medano, alumni PA Carleton. But I'm still going Johnson.
I'd love to see his GPA. Okay.
And then the upset. Some would say upset. Moose Jaw Central over Greenall. Sorry, Colson. And Scott Schultz last week. So Moose Jaw's taking on Bishop James Mahoney from Saskatoon, the Green Roof School. I'm going Moose Jaw Central.
Yeah, Scott Schultz, home of Scott Schultz, alumni.
Yeah, I'll go Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
The Band City.
We will recap everything on Monday. Thanks to everyone who's sending in those emails to hi@sportscage.com on high school football, Friday Night Lights. It's all over the place. Tomorrow, right before the Rider game, I know a lot of people are going to watch high school football.
Well, and the best part is that the weather is still decent for them to play, because there's nothing worse. You get into this time of year, it's iffy. It could be anything. It could be a day like today. It could be minus 15 and snow. And you feel, it's one thing when you're a pro and you're getting paid, and that's not fun. But when you're a kid, or you're the mom or the dad or the brother and the sister, and you're sitting in the stands trying to support, you can only drink so much hot chocolate to keep warm.
And
then you switch to something else.
There's not hot chocolate in those Yetis, Maz, these days. But everybody responsibly, because then you got the Rider game, and you can get the family pack. 2 kids, 2 adults, $99. Pill Country sold out yet? It was close.
Yeah, it's really close. If it's not sold out, it's imminent. Yeah,
$35 to go get crazy in Pill Country.
And the one thing is, though, these are the exact same prices and deals in the regular season, so nothing's been raised for the playoffs, which is kind of unique to be like, because normally when playoffs come around, hello Dodgers and Yankees, look what you can do to your ticket prices. How important is that as you guys as an organization to be like, no, we're treating everybody, we're all year. You've been with us, we're not changing now.
100%. Not even a debate or a conversation, right? So we want to make sure we keep things affordable. The family pack's been really, really popular, and you get family of 4 in for $99. Youth 50% off youth tickets in white to silvers, so that's another way to do it. So and then Pill Country is almost sold out, but we still have a lot of whites around Pill Country and in the end zone as well. So really affordable seats, like $37, $40, all in. It's
and $5 happy hour. $5 happy hour up until a half hour before kickoff.
Half hour before kickoff. Yeah.
So then you can go stand at the stage, and so when the Kiss tribute band comes on, you can ask them to play Beth, Barney.
Well, and we got a DJ pregame as well.
I know.
Yeah,
so you can get in. You can scream at the DJ to play Beth, the remix.
Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Now I got that in my head from today. But the $5 beer, funny story. My wife saw it and she's like, that must be wrong. And I'm like, no, that's the special.
You can't get $5 beers anymore, not in this economy.
No,
we're not getting political here, but
it's
I'm just to say it's hard to get a $5 beer somewhere.
No, it is. No, it's been really, really popular, and yeah, we got the DJ coming in, and then we've got we want to have a rider rally in Harvard Studio 620. So we got some players doing autographs, Jamarcus and Sean Bain,
2 to 3.
Yep.
I'm going to that.
Autographs.
Yeah. I'm going to get my drink on.
Yeah, we want to get everybody into the stadium early. We want that bring them out. We want everybody there. We want the energy high, and so we got the DJ getting everybody excited. We got an indoor sort of pre-game sort of tailgate in Harvard Studio 620. So it'll be good. Get everybody early there, jazzed up, ready to go, and ready to be loud and bring the energy.
Over under how many shirtless guys in Pill Country tomorrow? Once the sun goes down.
Got to be 10 plus.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. There's got to be crazy in there.
What do you think?
I remember, because it takes a certain individual to be the shirtless guy. I was never that. I was asking Dave Thomas, were you ever a shirtless guy with a number or a letter painted on you? He said he wasn't, but there's always those guys. You're going 10. I'm going to go 7. Let's see, Riders. You got to at least spell Riders.
Yeah. I remember the game. It was the Packers and the Giants, and Tom Coughlin's face froze, and he had the wind burn, and it was so cold in Green Bay, and there was legit a guy that stuck it out shirtless. I don't know if he made it through or what happened to him, but yeah, the Rider fans are. It's going to be crazy in there. It's a Saturday afternoon.
Because somebody had said on the text line here, just say, hey, we've heard you guys talking about the game tomorrow in Regina. Don't forget there's a lot of us that would love to be there in spirit, and we'll be watching and listening and doing 100%. All of it.
Listening on 620 or watching on TSN, right? Yeah, I think the TV ratings for this game is going to be really big. Really big.
Yeah, it's funny when they put out the stats. Wow, it's amazing who's always leading the league in eyeballs when it comes to anything.
I know of 2 weddings tomorrow. Unfortunate, right? You got people just can't get here for other things. Senior hockey starting tomorrow. A lot of teams are backing their games up to 8:30.
Cool. Awesome.
Raymore is doing that.
Oh, are they? Excellent.
Yeah. So just because they know so many people want to go, they want to go. And I'm thinking a big walk up tomorrow. People are still that's the province, that's the city that we're in. Walk up, and then people are still, they never trust that weather until right before.
We've been having big walk ups all year long, right? Yeah. Other than Labor Day, which sold out in advance, every single game we've just seen incredible volume day of. So yeah, I think with the weather the way it is, I'm with you.
And people go early too. Get some Obsidian Green. Is there a lot in the pro shop?
There's a lot. Yeah, we're loaded up. We got winter gear. We got toques now. We got.
And for anybody with hair, maybe you dye it like AJ Ouellette. Sadly, I can't participate unless you're selling wigs tomorrow. But
that was the big story on Tuesday or whatever. Everybody was talking about it. Have you heard the big story? And I was like, what? And it was AJ's mullet color.
My daughter,
his mullet color.
My daughter met him at Country Thunder. So then I was scrambling for a Halloween costume. She's like, "Where one of Mom's blonde wigs from old Halloween could go as AJ Ouellette?" And I'm like, "It's not blonde anymore, Gabby. He dyed it." So thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
This is doors always open, like I said, for anybody in the organization to come by. Let's get it. Like Coach Mason said, you gotta go get it.
Yeah, no, we gotta go get it tomorrow. And let's get loud tomorrow. Let's get real loud.
Craig Reynolds joining us on the all-new SportsCage. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more high school football as we go along. We also got to talk Keniston Super Draft. We're going to shift it to hockey. It's the all-new SportsCage on the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 620 CKRM.